Hello, everybody. Gigantic Recording Company here. Stoked to announce this new podcast. We're going to be doing this more often because people have requested it. A lot of people have requested to hear us talk about stuff. Is that right, Jer?
Yeah, and actually, I don't know if that's true, but we're gonna do it regardless. But if you sign up 10 of your friends to the podcast and they sign up 10 of their friends, then you unlock the secret episode.
I'm super stoked to sign up. A little bit about the podcast. We're going to be talking all things Gigantic Recording Company. We're going to have special guests. We may debut some new music on here from our own projects. That, would be super rad. But we kind of wanted to get up close and personal and talk about all the details surrounding what's happening in the Gigantic universe. My name is Leo. I am a producer, mixer, multi-instrumentalist, based out of Charlotte by way of Southern California, if you can't tell. And I love Gigantic so much. This is going to be so much fun, boys. Dom, how do you feel today? What are you doing? Where are you at?
I am feeling fantastic. I'm currently in my record room, just chilling, hanging with my boys. Just living it up. That's what we do, bro.
Dom, what the heck do you do for Gigantic?
So for Gigantic, I obviously track drums, and then I keep track of books as far as money, income, and all that stuff, and then also partake in uploading social media content is my role.
I love that. Can I say something, Dom?
Yeah.
I think you've been doing a mighty fine job at taking care of our money. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, I got paid yesterday.
Yeah,
I have since squandered that money.
Where'd it go?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Online solitaire isn't a good business model, Jared.
Yeah. It seemed like a sure thing.
Oh man, I love it. Dom, tell me or tell us a little bit about what you've been working on music-wise. This is just a quick intro as to who we are, what we do. We've never really done anything like this for Gigantic, so it's like kind of like a big deal for us to kind of expose ourselves a bit. But yeah, tell me what you've been up to. I know you and I had a bit of a weekend last weekend.
Yep, we were out with good old Pat Barrett. Did a one-off, and where were we? Amarillo. Yeah, we were in Amarillo.
We landed in Amarillo, but didn't end up in Amarillo.
That's right. Yeah, we played at some church out in the boonies, and we were out there. But it was fun. It was a blast. So that's what. You go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was going to say Pat is amazing. He's kind of like the Captain America in that world, right?
Yeah, he is. And I've been slowly trying to pull all of my bros into the mix. So we got to get Jer on here soon.
Pat, I know you're listening. We'll send you Jer's contact here right after
this. and his email, and we'll send you everything.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Police reports.
Yeah.
He's clear. He's clear. He's good.
I don't know. I could probably come up with a couple of mugshots.
I tried to find one of a friend recently. It's harder to find than they make it seem on the TV.
Oh man, it's like a unsolved mysteries around these parts of town.
Gosh, speaking of unsolved mysteries, I love that show.
Oh yeah.
Hey, but after Unsolved Mysteries was Rescue 911, and that completely scarred me as a child.
Oh, gosh. They really came at us hard in primetime back in the day.
They definitely did. And my parents were like, yeah, just turn on the TV. It's like Unsolved Mysteries and Rescue 911.
Yeah. And then, it's like, this kid might have been abducted by aliens. Oh, man. And then the next show is, this kid definitely was burned.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It was crazy.
It put the fear in you for sure.
Yeah. I will say I've yet to have to use Stop, Drop, and Roll. And I'm 39, and I really thought I was gonna be fully engulfed in flames at least one point in my life, based on how much they taught us that.
Oh, totally.
Oh
Well,
my gosh.
I remember that. So funny.
I mean, the
Vividly.
day is young, so who's to say?
Well,
Yes.
it's definitely been hot enough around
Yeah.
the Carolinas. I've definitely felt,
Yeah.
actually fell to the ground today. I slipped on my deck, like feet under me. But if you can consider that stop, drop, and roll, I would say.
I mean, in the technical sense of it.
Yeah. But yeah, Texas was
Oh
fun. It
gosh.
was like super chill. Dom was playing drums and
Mhm.
doing like Ableton work.
Yep.
We will be talking like some techie stuff. So if there's any tech professional terms that you don't understand, just have AI Google it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can
And
Because
Google anything.
I don't understand most of them either, and I just Google them.
yeah, but Dom was drums and you
Yep.
know
And Leo was
playback.
covering front of house and also tour managing, keeping us in line and everything in check. And so yeah, it was a really fun time. We had some bomb tacos.
Yeah, we did.
And what else did we have?
Well, we had Buffalo Wild Wings 2 nights in a row, and
Yes.
it's definitely not like the proudest moment in our lives,
You
but
should do that in your life.
yeah, it was a beacon in the night. It was literally
Yeah.
walking distance from our hotel, so you can't say no to
No.
I know.
an easy mediocre buffalo wing.
Here's an idea what was around our hotel. So it was our hotel, a gas station, Buffalo Wild Wings, and then open space.
Yeah, and Texas.
Texas.
Microcosm.
Flatland, Texas, and the airport
Yeah.
was like 4 minutes from us, and then that was
Oh,
it.
totally.
Wow.
No, it was a good time, and we do like to have a good time on tour. If you follow any of our social accounts, we all tour regularly, so it's a joy to be able to get out still, and post pandemic, anytime we get to get on the road with our homies, it's just
Mhm.
it's super tight. But Jared, tell us a little bit about your life today. I know you've been having some appliance issues with your
Yeah.
washer, and
Oh,
that sucks. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's okay, man. It's one of those. I feel like lately it's like you spin a wheel and it's like, what's gonna break in my house today? Uh, Thought I got AC fixed after a week, and then the washer breaks, and
oh,
they bring a new washer, and then they were like, "Oh, this plumbing's all messed up. We can't hook it up today. I gotta call a plumber." And then my computer just broke, and
oh.
Hank was limping earlier, so my dog's broken. Like I get a dog repairman out. uh, but yeah, I handle the base working for Gigantic, and I do all the artist relations. So if you've ever got an email from us, it was 99% of the time it's got to be me on the other side. And I use a lot of exclamation points. Some say too much, but that's in this economy, it's one of the few little joys we have is too many exclamation points. um, but yeah, it's I'm also stoked about this because we can tell funny recording stories, and I think we have a few where we got like really bare bone demos and turned them into really cool songs. So I'm stoked to like maybe talk about process stuff like that a little.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have some gigantic artists on, and a bunch of our friends, a bunch of people just in the creative industry, I guess. But this is like a good way for us to just talk about the process, talk about what gigantic is, talk about what we're doing in our own projects, and kind of put a face to the dinosaur, the pink dinosaur.
Yeah,
Right.
Um, but yeah, that's awesome. So we have just announced a new website, right?
yeah.
Um,
Supgigantic.com.
yep,
As
Sup
in
Gigantic.
what is up?
What's up? It's been a long time coming. We've been kind of trucking for God, a year and a half now,
Yeah.
almost 2 years.
It'll be 2 years October.
Two
We
years in
Oh shit.
launched.
October.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So yeah, we're definitely in the toddler phase
Yeah.
of the company. It's a little wild. It's a little chaotic,
We've been
but
really cranky.
very cranky. Not enough sweets.
No.
No,
But
never enough.
we've had some like really cool artists and a lot of really
Mhm.
cool projects in the
Mhm.
last 2 years, and we just want to say, hey, thank you
Yep.
for trusting us with your art, because we know how daunting that could be.
Mhm.
And we've definitely heard a lot of horror stories about remote tracking and remote producing and recording. So we want to let you know, like, we don't take it, lightly that you would, reach out and say hello. At the very least, just, get like people on our Instagram just loving on us. I think that's really rad, and it's
Yeah.
encouraged us to kind of get better. So
Yeah.
we totally appreciate it. Jared, tell us a little bit about our new services. I know we just announced a couple of new features and new kind of concepts to Gigantic.
Yeah.
We're expanding the universe. Thanos is he's on the approach.
Right. Yeah. Great analogy.
Thank you.
Um, yeah. So we've been really only offering one thing since we started, which is the package deal of you send us a demo, we play everything that you want, and we mix and master it. But we do regularly get hit up like, what if I just want a master? It's always like, oh, let me ask Leo. I don't know. Or like, do you guys do lessons? Or so we've decided to expand the menu and add in a la carte instrument tracks. So if you just want drums or you just want bass, if you just want a master and a guitar track, any combo or any one of those things, we got you now with like a pretty set rate, and it's still pretty economical, or econo as we like to say, um, compared to like a lot of cats. And so, and then in addition to that, we will also do consultations for any instruments, or if you want to talk about like recording or pick Leo's brain about how to use, your preferred recording software, or how to be creative with it. Or we can do drum, bass, and maybe if you ask Leo nice enough, guitar lessons. Um, but you got to really like Radiohead.
Yeah.
Only Radiohead.
Yeah. Only
I
Kid
only-
A specifically.
Yep. I know what I like, boys.
So it's kind of just expanding the tent of all the different stuff that we do anyway. We're like, why not put it under this one brand instead of, just me advertising for bass lessons? Why not let's do this whole big thing together? And it's been really cool.
Well, yeah, we've definitely had a lot of interest in what we do individually, right? And the concept of Gigantic was, let's just come together, like straight up Avengers style, another good analogy, and offer this thing together. And we're all playing in each other's bands, and we already have such a good synergy. And when you're recording remote with folks, it's really hard to kind of capture that. But we've also had people that are just like, hey, I just need guitar on this song. I love what you guys are doing. I want to support you. I want you guys to be involved in the project, but I've already finished this song. Can y'all just put a master on it, or can you just just a little shoe shine? And
Yeah.
we're like super happy to do that. So definitely reach out to us about the a la carte menu. If there's one thing that people should know about us, guys, is I think that we definitely love buffets. So this a la carte option definitely suits us.
We know a good menu when we see one.
Oh,
It's a good.
man.
It's a good spread. It's a real good spread.
And it's fun too, because like we're meeting new artists, and artists are kind of expanding their network, and who knows, like there may be some future collaborations in the mix with this kind of concept. So definitely hit us up for all of your recording needs, not just a full song production, but the a la carte. If you just need Jer to come and make you laugh, he's happy to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Dom, hey Dom, tell us about the one-on-one kind of lesson consultation a little bit more in detail. How much does it cost? What does that even look like?
Yeah. So as you said, yeah, we are now offering the one-on-one, and it's $1 a minute, which you can't beat.
It's really tight.
So yeah, it's real tight. So if you want to do like a 30-minute drum lesson, $30. Just to sit down, hash out some development or whatever you want, like technique stuff, rudiment stuff, groove stuff, or even just like inspiration on, setting up different ideas to get different tones and stuff like that, whatever. But then also, if you want to sit and chat about how to go about mixing something, or how to go about mastering, or what's the process of how do you go about tracking drums, what mics do you use, like all that stuff. Like we're here to talk about, and any questions that you got, like we're here for you. And so that's what it basically entails.
I like it.
Sky's the limit.
The sky's the limit. There's more to life than just the basics, right? So like we get a lot of questions. Jared gets a lot of questions of like, hey, what kind of microphone should I use? What kind of recording
Mhm.
software is best? What's the most econo way of doing what I want to do? And it's just such a good opportunity for us to like really, really kind of dig into the nuts and bolts of the songwriting process, the recording process. Maybe you have an idea for a band and you don't know where to start. We've had
Mhm.
several artists that are like, hey, I want to do what y'all are doing in Charlotte and I want to do it in my town. And this is just a good opportunity to get in front of each other, right? I
Yeah.
think emails
Mhm.
like maybe tend to get lost in the mix sometimes. And if you set up a one-on-one
Mhm.
consultation or a lesson, maybe you can bundle two things in one, right? Like maybe you want to do a drum lesson, but also talk about what is Pat Barrett like on tour with Dom. And I'm sure Dom will be happy to
It's a
tell you.
nightmare.
It's a ah! Or yeah, or you want to get to know us maybe a little more and learn about like our journey in the music industry. We've all been in kind of in the mix for I would say collectively like decades, right? Like
Mhm.
we've been kind of grinding pretty hard, not only in Charlotte but internationally with a bunch of artists. So pick our brains. It's $1 a minute. It's crazy. I think
Yeah.
we may start off with doing like a minimum, but hit Jerry up. I think we'll have all those details sorted out hopefully
Yeah.
before we do. But then the last service that I'm really excited about is podcast. This is again a great way of kind of marketing and sharing kind of who you are and what you do and what you want to offer to the world. So, what are your guys' thoughts on the podcast service for Gigantic?
Sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think it's awesome. I think well, with anything, with like the package we do, too, I think it like can give people permission to like maybe they didn't think they could put out a full band song and they didn't know where to start. I think with the podcast it's the same way. Like there's people out there with like really great ideas and a really good personality, um, that could be like a really rad podcast that people would be into, but they don't even like maybe know where to start to make it sound good. Because that is a big difference. When you start a podcast and it sounds like garbage, you're probably going to turn it off, you know, pretty
Totally.
quick. Um, and so like with this service, we'd get the files from you. We'd like make good background music for it. We'd get it like sounding really good and professional. And so I think it's like we're going to be doing packages of like maybe starting with like 3 episodes, you know, and yeah. So if somebody's like really serious about starting a podcast and it's been like something they've wanted to do for a long time, maybe even if they kind of know where to start, they just don't know how to make it sound good. Like this would be a really good jump in the right direction, and we can answer lots of questions. So they wouldn't necessarily need for us to do it for them forever, unless they just
Mhm.
want to, because editing isn't always the fun part. Talking to cool people is fun, but then when you gotta like edit all these files, you're like, what have I done? I've had many friends that have like, yeah, let's do it. Record yourself on your end and then send it to me, and I'll edit it all together. And that podcast never starts because they started editing and they're like, I don't want to do this. So,
Yeah,
uh,
I mean, we're kind of taking the guesswork out of like
yeah,
this concept, and I think it's a cool way of like promoting your art or maybe your music. I mean, the reality is
Mhm.
that we do have a lot of people that follow us that don't sing, they're not
yeah,
songwriters, and we still want you to be a part of the universe, the gigantic universe. So this is like a cool, creative way. Maybe I don't know, you're a sculptor, or maybe like you write children's books. I don't
yeah,
know.
totally.
Whatever the concept is, we want to help. So
Yeah.
this is, yeah, like Jared's right, like such a great way to expand and like explore new ideas, talk to cool people, and promote whatever you're trying to say.
Yeah, because even if it's not like a weekly podcast for the rest of your life, but you just put out a new record, any way to get more eyes on your record is a win. You know, like Mike Watt, my hero, says everything is either a flyer or a gig. You know, like doing 3 episodes of a podcast where you talk about how you made the record, interview the producer, interview the musicians that played on it, and talk the artist that did the art for it. You know, all these little things you can do that might get someone that might have just scrolled past your new album that you just spent all this money and time in your life on. It's one more little flyer on the poll that might catch their attention. So yeah, just doing like a small series of a podcast even is a great idea.
Yeah, I guess there's so many ways to promote your music, right? And specifically for Gigantic, you know, we're all again in multiple bands. So we are trying to find every outlet possible that is affordable and that's, you know, attainable. But if excuse me, if you already have the means to kind of record a song, you definitely have the means to record a podcast. Yeah. And, you know, along the way, we can kind of teach you how that works. But we all love podcasts. I listen to a ton, you know, when I'm traveling, when we're on the road, when we're in Amarillo, Texas at a Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm like, I'm looking for somebody to talk into my ear about something that I'm interested in. So definitely hit us up because this is kind of like new for us and definitely new to Gigantic, but we're excited to kind of roll it out and see what happens. I mean, you may be the next Joe Rogan. I don't know. You know, but we do know that, you know, people have something to say and we want to kind of help contribute to your journey as an artist in total. But yeah, that's kind of everything in a nutshell. Anything else? Dom, what else do you have to say? Departing thoughts. This is the pilot episode of this Gigantic podcast. So leave us with wise wisdom, my friend.
Wise wisdom. If I had anything to say, I would just say, yeah, definitely. Everything that we are currently offering now in our services, it's just really, really cool things. And we always are excited to work with new artists and just people in general because we love people and we also love music and we just love, you know, the aspect of creating and just helping people. That's what we're all about. Like that's our hearts, and we love what we do. We love people, and we love that we get to make music and you know do these things and help people in different ways. And so, yeah, I would say, you know, let's hop on board with Gigantic. Let's do some stuff. Let's get together, make it rain.
There you go, make a word. Yeah, do you have anything to tell the people?
No, you know, I'm just thinking about stuff we should start doing in future episodes, and I think we should definitely have a recurring, like nightmare studio experience that I'll come up with a snappy title for it. I got like 4 or 5.
Yeah, and if you guys have any suggestions too, like put in your comments. What do you want to hear from us? What do you want to like?
Yeah.
What do you want to know about us personally too? You know, yeah. I'm super down to spill the beans on really maybe the challenges of like what it's like to be in the music industry at 36 going on 37 on September 9th. So yeah, hit us up. I think all these you know, I think all of it's great. I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited to explore it more. Stand by for episode 2. I think we may have a special guest on, so we're excited to announce that. But hey, keep in touch. Follow us on all the socials, and I think Dom would want you to know that the new Ninja Turtle movie is pretty awesome.
10 out of 10, baby.
Yeah, we will share Jared's GoFundMe link for his new washer in the bio, and I am gonna keep mixing, keep mastering. We're gonna get into the studio. We got to get to work, boys. We got a lot of songs.
Yeah, let's do it. Make it rain.
All right, bros. I love you. Until next time.